A massive TV rights and streaming deal just dropped over the weekend. UFC, Paramount, CBS are now going to be partnering as of 01/01/2026. Record-setting deal, 7 years, $7.7 billion. That is an average of $1.1 billion per year. That is double the amount that ESPN was paying for UFC rights, which was $550 million on average per year. What does this mean to the consumer? It means the end of pay-per-view. It means everybody now has access. If you have Paramount or CBS, you're going to have access to 43 UFC events throughout the year, 13 that are premiered by the number, UFC 500, UFC 1000, and then there's 30 fight nights. What's awesome is now you are not required to have pay-per-view anymore. Out with the old, in with the new. I personally like this new motto a lot because the pay-per-view model, in my opinion, is very archaic. I'm not going to spend $70 or $80 for one night of fights. If I have Paramount streaming, which is 12, 13 bucks a month, I'll get everything that's part of the streaming plus the UFC on top of that. Again, this is twice as expensive as ESPN in terms of the deal. UFC was getting $550 million per year from ESPN. Now they're getting $1.1 billion from Paramount. One caveat is this is the UFC rights only in the United States. When the rights for the international fights in the UFC become available, then there'll be another negotiation. And this is pretty normal. At the end of the 7-year agreement, Paramount does have exclusive rights for 30 days to negotiate with UFC to extend, to renew, or maybe they'll, go in a different direction. If you like this post, if you like sports news, if you like sports business, give this a like, give this a follow, share this, repost this. Thank you so much, guys.